We stand to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. Approval of the agenda with flexibility and to add another gravel permit.
I'll make a motion to approve agenda with flexibility. With the gravel permit on the highway department, we'll move deputy auditor position executive session and have public comment and committee action. So I make the public comment. And it's not execution, it's executive session.
Hold your tongue, who's in here?
We have a motion, do we have a second? Second. We have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Is Mary Goss here yet?
She was. Yeah.
Oh, there. Aye.
Just hiding over here.
Approval of the 2024 Commissioner meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Public comment?
Good round one. I do.
Okay.
What's the deal? What's the highway department status? Who's in charge of the highway department? Who's blading roads? Who's doing what? I've got everybody asking me that and I don't know what to tell
We currently lost our superintendent, so
them. Are you gonna put the blades out?
well, if it's dry like this, no.
Well, I
When we
know
get some
that,
moisture, yeah.
but you know, when it does rain, then you need to be on them.
And I think we've had our blades on there. Yes?
We haven't seen a blade for, my lord, I don't know how long. And what, is Josh in charge of anything, of blading? I hear all this and then I don't know what's true and what ain't true.
Josh is, well, when we had a superintendent, they would tell him what roads to hit first.
But what roads was he in charge of?
We don't know that. No,
Yeah.
Melissa's doing.
That's who?
Melissa, when she was superintendent.
I guess it don't make much sense, but if Josh is gonna be in charge of roads, some of his crew's gonna have to be looking at this. That's what Matt couldn't understand. He says, I don't know how the hell this is ever gonna work.
The superintendent and
Yeah, but
Josh,
I mean, the superintendent, she driving the roads, or did she drive the roads? or-
yes, she was driving roads, and Bill and Blue would, when they got a phone call or they went down the road, they would tell her, you know, if it needed done or whatever. I mean, that was kind of it went to superintendent was supposed to take it to Josh. Because we still had two guys that could run blade,
Well,
and she would send them to certain roads and then send Josh on the rest.
Well, you still got two guys that can blade, I'm taking it.
Yes,
One of them part-time? Yeah, Roger's still part-time?
yes.
So, I mean, as far as this blade running goes, I mean, we gotta get on a list at least. You gotta get a list out there where we can get our names on it. Because when it does rain, then you're gonna need to be out there doing it.
A list
Part-time.
of
To run the blades.
people to run the blades.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Why don't you put that on the next meeting?
I mean, you've gotta have a list so
Part-time.
we can at least know what's what. I don't know that Josh can get over all the roads.
how spotty as it's been.
Well,
A little
I mean,
different, but
yeah,
yeah.
granted, you can't blade roads now, but like I said, you get a half inch of rain, you can go blade a road, you know, but you ain't gonna last for long.
Right.
And I don't know if you're gonna have a blades parked out and about, or how you're gonna do it.
It's been discussed.
Is the 140, where is it at? Is it up shop?
I could not tell you.
They're all up there.
I don't know about the 140. No, that's one Roger drives.
No, he drives a 143.
Oh, 140.
140's that old blade we used to leave over at Adams.
I think it's at the shop.
Is it?
I think. Don't quote me.
Okay. All right, that's, I guess, basically all I had. Just wanted to kind of clarify some stuff.
We're working on it, Ron.
All right, hopefully it rains.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Any other public comment?
Come on, Mr. Fogg, you got something.
Good morning, Mr. Commissioner Vice Chair. How are you today?
I'm just peaches.
Are you as disappointed this morning as you were last Wednesday evening?
No,
Oh, you happy today?
I'm very happy.
Very good, thank you.
You?
Awesome. Awesome. I noticed that the gentle lady from the treasurer's office is moving closer to the head table today.
Are we done?
I think we just.
I noticed execution saying, which one is yours?
Let's do salary.
Both of them.
How about, executive session for deputy auditor position?
I'll make a motion for executive session for deputy auditor. Is that personnel, Sarah?
Yeah.
SDCL 1-25-2, parentheses.
Who do you want in here?
Commissioners, Stella, Jolene, and Sarah.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. We are now in executive session at 9:38.
On the string. I know that. Executive. Yours. Execution section? Yeah.
We are out of executive session at 10:03. Discussion on the deputy auditor position.
I'll make a motion to hire Mary Goss as deputy auditor, effective date September 3rd at $21.63 per hour, full time. That's my motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second? We have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Effective when, Bill?
September 3rd.
What was the wage? 21?
$21.63 an hour.
Thanks.
Is that an hourly or a salary?
Hourly. Claims for the month of July and end of June.
Jolene, do we approve the golf? Oklahoma Golf Nation deal?
Yeah, you guys did. Okay. That one and the Martin baseball vote.
salaries. On the road and bridge, dear credit, on road and bridge salaries. Fifty-day payment.
I don't know, I would have.
No, that, Melissa did. She came in.
But I think it should be, instead of 411, it should probably be 441, if it has the interest or principal to,
Well, the surface interest is 1,000.
so that's its code
We don't
number.
have that one. We don't have anything on the numbers.
Due credit, interest,
Count.
okay, so the salaries, that's the payment, and I'm gonna say that it was the transposition, because one, the salaries is 411, and the principal interest, one of them is 441.
Just making a correction.
So we'll have to do, these are for August, so they haven't been posted yet, so that's in claims this month, so we can do a collection to put it in. But I'm gonna 99% guess it should be for the John Deere credit. You have it in salaries instead of, principal payment, which I think is gonna be 441. Where, salaries is 411. And we can double check that before we change it before you close.
Is there anything else? You good? You good? Bill? You good? I'll make a motion to approve claims with correction on year credit. On county road and bridge salary should be principal and what, Julian?
Principal and interest.
Principal and interest. That's my motion.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
We have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Community action. Sorry about that.
As soon as we're finished with that, and we talk about highway department, what is next? Okay, we're good.
Okay,
Yep.
well, I'm here from, representing Western South Dakota Community Action, and I wish to express our gratitude for letting us use that building. It's really been handy to have that. And I would just like to kind of give you an update of what we have done in the last year, particularly in the last 8 months. We have an office set up and ready for the SHINE program, which is Senior Health Insurance Information and Education. This program is available for any senior citizen. They do not have to certify or have it. There are no income limits. And when open enrollment hits, we help seniors find affordable insurance, the Part B on their Medicare. They come in, they meet privately with our agent, and they, figure out what's best and cheapest for them. And they, along with SHINE, there's also a program called Senior Medicare Patrol, where if you think you have mistakes on your billing, or there could be fraud, you bring that to our agent, and we'll help you research it and correct it or report it, whichever it needs to be. We will also have an office available for our VITA program, which is volunteer income tax assistance during the tax season. Right now, we have 62 households that have been certified, and 22 of these are already signed up for case management. We have a case manager who comes from Rapid, usually on Thursdays. She meets with them, they set goals, and then they qualify to receive a box of personal care items and household products, cleaning products. And every 3 months they come in and they can receive more. And we have 26 clients who have been signed up with LEAP, the Low Income Energy Assistance, which helps pay their energy bills, also furnace repairs. And if any client that qualifies for LEAP also qualifies for home weatherization. And right now there's one home in Bennett County that has been weatherized. All their windows were replaced. And I don't know what else they did. We have 4 more homes that are scheduled for weatherization in October. And then we have 3 applicants who are waiting to be qualified. We have given out 44 school kits and backpacks. We have garden classes with 13 clients attending. And after the classes, they then receive their plants, seeds. 2 of them even got wheelbarrows, of garden tools, teaching them how to grow these plants and how to provide for themselves. We have provided air conditioners for 7 of our elderly clients. And we've given out 18 fans, 22 toolkits, a few other little miscellaneous things. In October of last year, we started giving out beef certificates and the Quota Mart certificates. So October, November, December, and January, I gave out these beef certificates. I gave out 155 beef certificates for a grand total of $6,500. Dakota Mart certificates, 157, a grand total of $7,850, for a total of $14,350 that was given to our low-income clients to buy food and supplies. So that also helped the economy here. With the exception of these certificates, like I said, most everything else has happened within the last 8 months. We are starting a new program to help clients get their driver's licenses, picture IDs. Sean, our executive director, is working on getting a diaper program going. And we still would like to partner with any other agencies that provide services to low income. We have room, we have office space available. So if you know of anybody who needs it, we're willing to work with them. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them, but we've been busy trying to get this up and going and trying to let everybody know what Dakota or what community action actually does. For a long time, everybody thought we were just food. Now we don't do any food.
That was kind of the start of it, wasn't it, was the food?
Yes, it's, because the county owned the store. And then they partnered with Community Action, and Mary administered the programs. And the main one was commodities and the senior boxes. She also did like the school, the backpack kids. In the summertime, we did passes for, it was either, we did bowling passes or swimming passes for some of the kids, which we were working on this summer, but we didn't know until July if the pool was even going to be open. And so hopefully next summer we'll be able to provide those, to the kids. So they've got something, to do for at least a few days. And there are other programs that they do in Rapid that don't really apply here. But, this is a nationwide program, and we do what we can to get these people qualified, certified. So, and we do it, like I said, we appreciate the use of that building. then, you know, people know where we are, they don't have to find a new spot. So, and I'm willing to pay the rent today if you. Jolene, I have a nice crisp $1 bill for you.
Okay.
Just careful, that corner's still wet.
Okay. I'll make sure it dries.
Yeah. Can I pick up a receipt from you?
Yes.
Or you want, I'll come by tomorrow or someday, you can pick it up.
So the contract that we do with Community Action, needs, you guys need to make a motion to approve it, and then it needs to be signed by Community Action Director and turned back in before September 1st.
I will, scan it to you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think that's what we
This
did
is the
last
same
year.
contract as it was last year.
And he emailed it to me and I got it,
Right.
so that works.
Yeah.
And that's the same exact contract, I just printed off last year's contract and changed the dates,
Okay,
so there shouldn't be any issues unless he had it.
I don't think so.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract for the office lease for community action.
I have a motion, do we have a second? I have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
So I can go back to my office. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. And if you ever want to stop by and see what we do there, just, if there's a little white car parked in front, I'm there. Thank you.
Thank you. You with the highway department? Yes, sir.
We were scheduled to do the 5-year plan today.
Oh, really?
Got left off the agenda. So, and I hear you don't have a highway superintendent again.
No.
We had that problem last year.
And before.
I guess what I will do, I've got these copies of the 5-year plan as they were, as Melissa and I put together. I will leave them here with you.
Okay.
If you want to look them over. Thing is, I do need, if we want to finish this up the way it is, I need your signature on a sheet here that you have looked it over. Basically, you looked it over and approved.
Okay.
Part of this meeting was to give the public a chance to make a comment about the highway department. I think you already had one.
Yeah.
That's about when I walked in. So, we were scheduled for 10 o'clock, so we're just a couple minutes late.
Sorry about that. I mean,
And like I said, it was accidentally left off the agenda. So, I understand that.
and how soon do we have to have that?
This has to be turned in by 15th of October.
Oh, okay. We'll, you can put that on the next meeting, and we'll get on it right away then.
There will be, Daniel here is the one that would have to be here, because I'm leaving Rose in 2 weeks. I'm retiring.
No, you don't.
So,
Tom, no.
yes, yes, yes. I've heard that many a time. No, you can't retire. Yes, I can. Just watch me. So, I guess if we can get it signed, if we could get this signed, I would appreciate it for now and let you look this over and we'll go from there. So,
Okay.
I mean, you could sign it and email it to Daniel when it's signed.
Okay.
I mean, if there's any public comment that needs to be done here, anybody wants to talk, this would be the time it was advertised to be done.
Twice.
It was.
Yeah, long time ago. Like
Well, we don't have flexibility on the agenda.
a month or two ago? No, not that long, like a month ago?
Okay.
When was this?
Is there any public comment?
Yeah.
Is there any public comment, is what I'm asking. Anybody from the public wants to comment, this is when you should be able to talk.
Yeah, we haven't got a chance to really review it and look it over, so how can we have
Public comment.
To get it, you gotta, in this, it says you could, in the advertising, it says you're supposed to get it from the highway department or from the.
But you just brought it today.
Well, I gave it to her then, look.
Can you schedule a time for public comment on this at a later meeting?
We do it on the next meeting.
Alright, put that down for September 4th, please. 5-year plan
Public comment.
with public comment. 10 o'clock.
Okay, we'll need a attendance sheet at the time that you take public comment at that time too. I mean, that's for the. Okay? So I'll let you guys do it all. I'll leave those copies here with you.
Thanks, Tom.
And should I send you an electronic copy? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, nice
So
meeting
long.
you, nice working with you.
Enjoy retirement. We're gonna finish highway department.
Yeah, might as well. Anything else?
We're gonna grab a plan.
Oh, yes.
Carmel Sharp. Does she need to fill that out?
Yeah, she does, and what she wants to do is, the road going south on a couple hills, it needs some gravel, and then where it goes, back west,
You'll have to show me. I'm lost.
they want, she said total 25 loads.
Oh.
Is what she's gonna want, and it's gonna be, it's a section line of their county road anyways. But she's gotta get, someone to come pull the road up yet and find out what a truck is gonna cost.
Can we just put her permit on next meeting?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
And we got Rod Kurtz. He's wanting gravel from Whipple's. Needing 25 to 15 loads. You don't know who's gonna haul it. Gonna spread it on, 237th Avenue South. He'll begin when it rains and end the end of the year.
We put that on flexibility, right? I'll make a motion to approve Rock Kirk's gravel permit.
Motion, do we have a second? All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. And, Jeff Johnson's new road.
Mr. Cisco, you wanna talk about that?
Jeff Johnson.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know a whole lot about it, just that he's wanting to put a road from Highway 18 into, up to that patch of trees. And they're gonna put a house in there. And I believe he wants it, I'm guessing he wants it designated as a road. And I think they want to name it.
He just needs to name it for utilities. So we get utilities in there.
Okay. They could just get the utilities based on an address on Highway 18.
Right, he wants to change that from Highway 18 to Jackrabbit.
Okay. if they do that, if you would approve that, then do you guys accept responsibility as a named county road for the maintenance of that road?
That's not even on a county, section line, is it?
I don't think so. I guess, and Susan would remember better than me, have we let people name their own roads before? Okay.
No, when we first set up the 911 addresses, and that was, a long time ago. I think at the time they decided if you started that, you'd be changing maps and everything, because people would be wanting to change their roads to their names, and so at the time they had decided no.
So I lived at the church, at the parsonage at the church by Sunrise then, and I came in because we had named that road that goes to the church off of, I think it's, I don't know if it's Grandma V Drive or whatever, but, and I was told at that point in time that we couldn't name our own. So,
The housing?
no, the road, the road that goes off the housing road over to the church?
Uh-huh.
That was the one we'd already named.
Yeah.
And,
But it's on trust land too, so.
no, that's deeded land.
Is it too, Peter?
And then the names we gave to the roads in Sunrise,
Mhm.
then the tribe named them
Yeah.
something different. So we deferred and changed our maps and everything to what the tribe had, because they had the jurisdiction there.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Just can't let people change the name of the road?
There's a difference between naming a new road and allowing them to go back and change all the old roads.
But that becomes a county responsibility.
I don't think he wants county responsibility. He just wants to name it, say US Highway 18 or something like that.
Is it just a one-way in?
Yes.
And it's not on section line either.
Well, maybe we better dig into it a little more.
I guess that's my recommendation.
I will
Take one.
make
I
a
think you're gonna have better luck with your postmaster, is where you need to go instead of through the county if it's a driveway.
Okay.
That's my understanding of it.
I'm trying to think of any, and Jolene, Susan might be able to remember too, help me think here if there's any driveways that we've actually assigned. I can't
Well,
think of any.
See, Chuck Tush has, when he had what, Falcon Lane, and
And then
Kenny,
Betty Lindemann has about Flying L.
and Kenny Hines has, he's got, and the county isn't taking,
No.
and that's not on a section line.
I wasn't here when those were assigned, so I
I
can't
think
speak.
those were all assigned when we first did the 911 addresses, when we did the whole county.
I guess there was a letter in the mail if you wanted to name your road, that was the time you
And I
could do
don't
it.
remember that, and that could have come from, I don't remember
District 3 did that, correct?
that.
Harry Redmond?
Yeah, because, yes, they did, District 3 did it, and the commissioners named the road. District 3 mapped them.
Do you need any information from District 3 about the process back then? I could ask that, they would tell me.
I mean, our only concern is if we let him name it, then we have to take responsibility of it, right?
Can we table it to get more information?
Because the house isn't even set up yet.
No.
I mean, they're not gonna have the house set up for a couple months, so.
Sorry, motion table. New road for Jeff Johnson. You? Yes.
No, we just made.
All right, take a look.
Any more on the highway department? Okay. Disbursements.
You already did that with the other.
Resolution 8-2024 establishing mileage reimbursement.
Just going up, going.
Well, no, but I do know that in June, I do believe when they brought it up in old and new business, that July 1st, the mileage would be going from 51 to 65.5. But after Sarah and I went through all the minutes and we could not find any records.
Probably what we need to do is when we do in January, the resolution, put whatever the state rate is, and if it changes,
In fact,
With
it's
that.
usually July 1.
yeah,
Yeah.
which it is, and it doesn't change very much, we don't really have to do a resolution.
Right,
Part
but
of the,
that's why we did this, because we could not find any reference to it in the minutes or in the.
And then in January, we can start doing that.
right, yeah. I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 8,
We need to read it.
2024.
Do we need to read it, Sarah?
Yes, please.
Okay. How about you wanna do it?
I
All right.
will find it.
Resolution to establish mileage reimbursement rate, whereas the Bennett County elected or appointed officials and or employees of the county of Bennett may at times be required to use a proposed personal vehicle to travel to conduct official county business beyond the local travel involved in their regular prescribed duties. And whereas the Bennett County Commission wishes to fairly recompensate said county and county officials and or employees for said business use of their personal vehicles. Now therefore be it resolved, SDCL 3-9, the Bennett County Commission hereby sets the official mileage reimbursement rate for using a privately owned motor vehicle to travel for county business to equal to the standard mileage rate for business as set by the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, or 65.5 cents per mile, which is greater, whichever is greater, and which is in force of the date when the reimbursable vehicle takes place. County officials or employees wishing to be reimbursed by the county or county business use of their vehicle should submit in writing a request to the auditor for reimbursement, which includes the date, designation, total miles traveled, and county business reason for travel. Request for mileage reimbursement will be subject to the same process of review and approval as all other county monetary expenditures. Money, I can say that. Be it resolved that the mileage reimbursement rate covers all expenses. Geez, I can't talk today. Incidental to the operation of the motor vehicle. And it be further resolved that the resolution shall suspend any prior county resolution set mileage reimbursement for Bennett County official business.
Harry made the motion.
Roll call vote. Blue?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Bill? And I'm aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Melanie needs to second it.
I'll second it.
Thank you for catching that.
I don't know if you guys have to sign it, but just write your names.
Emergency Management Performance Grant. Mr. Smith, was that you?
Okay, that grant is commonly called the LEMPG. That's the program that reimburses to Bennett County half of your emergency manager's wage, salary, and benefit. And so it's an annual contract that you have to sign. And so just bringing it up so you guys can choose to sign it or whatever you choose to do. I think it's a good program.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the, the contract.
I have reviewed that. It's pretty dry, to be truthful. But I think there's two different places he has to sign it.
I could only find
It's just
one,
one,
and I went through it twice.
and it's highlighted where you need to sign.
I see you do that. So do we have a motion to accept the state's contract for emergency management?
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. GIS crisis track. Mr. Cisco.
Okay, so beginning next year, if we would have another disaster declaration like we did in, what year was that, Blue? We had all the road damage, 19, okay. So some of you were involved in the process of gathering all that information and submitting it to the state. We had to have pictures, we had to have GPS, all kinds of information about it. So the state is going to, beginning on the 1st of January, any of those submissions have to be submitted through this app called Crisis Track. Right now, you can send it in that way if you want to, or go the old route with the paper, which is what we did for the city from the storm on the 25th. So as part of Crisis Track, it's an app. And so if we're going out and we're doing damage assessments, we can click and measure and put in the road. We can take pictures right on the tablet that we're using to do this. I think you could even do it on a cell phone. And then it compiles all the information for you, and then you get back to the office and you add the information you need to support that. What they want to do is put in that app ahead of time all of our GIS data, all of our information about who owns which pieces of ground in Bennett County. So if I'm out, say their barn got destroyed by a tornado and we got a disaster declaration, which we probably wouldn't in that case. But so I can just click on a button in Crisis Track and it automatically puts in the owner of that property. And so they want all of our GIS data to preload. So when we have a disaster and have to use Crisis Track, that app on the tablet, all that data is already there. So normally when someone has wanted our GIS data, $10,000 is the price we have on it. Since if the state will guarantee to us that they're not going to let that go anywhere, because our concern is somebody taking that info and making money off of it. Okay? So as long as the state can tell me it's not going to be given to anybody for that purpose, I think in the long run, and it's something we rarely use, I think it would be good if it was available on that Crisis Track program. So
It would make life so much easier for you.
it would simplify a lot of things.
A lot less paperwork.
I can take pictures with the tablet, I can save data on the tablet, and we already have the tablets. We paid for those for half of them with the grant a few years back. So it would save us time. remember how all the pain and heartache we had getting to all those roads, once they got to where we could get there? So we could measure, and we were taking measurements and pictures from people, because I couldn't get to some of the spots yet because the roads were so bad. So
So if needed for you to give it to them, will they do a contract with those agreements in it?
I have not heard anything about a contract, just that they requested the data.
Well, can we send them the data, providing they sign a piece of paper that says that they will not let that get out? That they are the only ones that use it?
I don't have a problem if you sign the contract, and I can ask those questions and get back to you.
I mean, what's the most they can say? No?
Well, we could say no.
No, I mean,
They might say no. If they're not doing every county, they may not want to start that. So let me get some information. I'll bring it to the next board meeting.
maybe we should contact other counties, and if everyone requested it, then they'd have to.
Some of the information we have is available online. You know, our GIS project that shows who owns what is online right now. Anybody can access it and use it. They just can't go in and change anything. And we give out 911 addresses. If somebody comes in and asks me for your address, then legally I'm supposed to give it to them. But when we give somebody the whole package of all that, that's when we charge the $10,000. And we've only had one buyer ever, which was CoreLogic. So
how did Onyx get it?
I don't know where they got their data. They did not get that from me or from us. They asked for it. All we had was an Excel spreadsheet. We didn't have it parcelized like we do now. And then I never heard from them again. But Onyx, it's not right. In Bennett County, there's a lot of errors. I know one place where somebody owns a fractionalized interest of tribal ground, like maybe 3 or 4 acres of a quarter or a half section. And on Onyx, it shows they own the whole thing. Because wherever they got their data only listed, since the only owner, for as far as we're concerned, taxing purposes, which is the data that we maintain, this person is the only person that has a deeded interest in it. And so Onyx, so I get some grief sometimes from guys that say, hey, Onyx is wrong. And my standard answer is they didn't get their information from us. So I don't know where they got it. I'll get you more information.
Okay. Resolution.
It's supposed to be 6.
Okay. 6-2024 burn ban.
All right,
I'll read it.
Okay.
Resolution number 6/2024, burn ban resolution. Whereas the Bennett County Commission is charged with protecting the health and safety of the citizens of Bennett County, including all property situated thereto. And whereas the threat of wildfires in Bennett County is such as to pose a significant danger to the health and safety of the citizens of Bennett County, including property situated therein. And whereas the Bennett County Commission has deemed it necessary to enact certain controls to reduce the threat posed to the citizens and property of Bennett County by wildfires. Now therefore be it resolved pursuant to SDCL 7-8-20(18). The Bennett County Commission does impose a ban on open burning within the boundaries of the county, and it is further resolved that the ban on open burning does not apply to 1, covered or enclosed burn barrels surrounded by a 10-foot combustible-free radius, grate covered outdoor fireplaces surrounded by a 10-foot combustible-free radius, charcoal and liquid fuel grills, and 2, a contained fire used to heat iron for branding purposes. And it is therefore resolved that the ban on open burning shall be effective during any period the fire danger as determined by the use of the South Dakota Grassland Fire Danger Index published by the National Weather Service has reached the very high or extreme category, and/or the National Weather Service issues a red flag warning for Bennett County. The ban on open burning shall automatically be suspended during any time period that the fire danger falls below the very high category, and/or there is not a red flag warning in effect in Bennett County. And it is further resolved that pursuant to SDCL 7-18A-2, the penalty for violating this resolution shall include a fine not to exceed $500 for each violation and/or by imprisonment for a period not to exceed 30 days for each violation, or by both such fine and imprisonment. Be it also resolved, Bennett County Commission urge all citizens to use utmost caution to prevent wildfires. I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 6, 2024.
We have
Could I-
a motion?
Could I say something?
Sure.
At the fire meeting last night, I told them that this was going to be addressed today, just in case they didn't want to come. And the question I was asked is how we're going to enforce it. Only on a case-by-case basis?
Yeah.
If something happens? And we're not, this is not something we're actively going to pursue, making sure it doesn't happen.
This is probably the same way we've ever done fire
Right.
bans. And there's not that many red flag days.
No.
So,
This is today's Grassland Fire Danger. What do you guys want to see it?
Moderate?
No, it's high today. You can see those two counties, the orange and the red, where they would have, if we were in one of those counties, we would have a burn ban today if this was passed. But we haven't had that many red flag days this year.
Basically, you get fined when you start the fire or burn that. When the fire department shows up, that's when you probably get.
You know, I could burn my house down if I wanted to, but it'd be illegal because if I tried to make a claim to my insurance company after I did. But if I didn't have insurance and I wanted to burn my house down, I don't think there's anything against that. Anywhere, it's your own property, you can do what you want to with it. But when I do that, which I won't do that, but if it got across the property line. Jolene can tell you more about what it is, I think. JC and I'll speak for JC because we have an issue with this. So do you want us to talk, or do you want Jolene just to talk about the thing first, the application?
Well, I know in 2019, Craig Dillon came to the commissioners to ask about getting that 20 acres out there where the Horseshoe Bar used to be put on trust land so they could move the casino over there. Our commissioners, and they met February 20th of 2019, and it says Craig met with the commissioners to inform the board that the tribe is interested in the purchase of the Horseshoe Bar to be used as a casino. Well, they have purchased it. And Mr. Dillon stated the tribe is interested in expanding the West Wind Casino and working with the county considering payments in lieu of taxes. And that was, they said there was more discussion later. At the following meeting, March 6th, the commissioners told Mr. Dillon that he should start the process and he was gonna come back with updates. Well, there has been no updates until we got this letter last week from the Department of the Interior saying that they wanted to acquire that land. And then didn't you get a letter from the state, Sarah?
I did get a letter in the mail. Yes, same
But the
thing.
commissioners back then had pretty much agreed to let it happen. if they come to the agreement of the payment in lieu of taxes, which we have not seen or talked to Craig since. And I know I've reached out to Craig to see if he had something signed by the commissioners, and he's like, no, all he had was the minutes where they told him to move forward with the process.
So I know that the commissioners never agreed to anything, there was never a motion, there was never a second, there was just discussion.
Right.
Okay, the concern that JC and I have, it's not anything to do with the land coming from deeded status to tribal status. But if you look at the back page, Exhibit A, under the legal descriptions, those aren't right. And being this is a federal document, I think that I would like to see, in my opinion, those legal descriptions be corrected. Because what they've done, you know, we all, for a lot of us, understand the legal description that says east half of the northwest quarter. These don't have the numbers.
So it's not east half, it's just east or northwest, and you know, it doesn't have quarter or half. Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't record it that way.
Right. I've got the right legal descriptions here. So there's a name that we're supposed to contact, Michael Solomon. I haven't contacted him yet. JC, I don't think.
No, I mean, I haven't even seen it other than when you showed it to me, so.
I just think the contract should be correct before it's signed. Because we all know what happens when 50 years from now, somebody has to dig into this, and then they would have to fix our mistake. So I'm a big proponent of making sure that deeds are correct when they come through.
How
Anyway,
off is that land description versus what you got?
you wanna see mine?
I say mine, it's actually Kelly's.
But the one that Kelly's supposed to say east northwest, it doesn't say the east quarter or the east quarter or the northwest,
Yeah.
it doesn't have any of that in
No, I see that.
it. And that's what,
And you have to have all of that.
right, that's what the
Here.
issue is, yes.
Without the numbers, that means nothing.
I can't record it without the numbers, it is not a true legal description.
Because it's just saying this and this and this, there's no legal description.
Right.
It's just
Right.
simple. So unless they fix this with this, it's not too much.
Nobody else
Now I
wants to
know.
see this?
You guys don't know how to read land description. This doesn't make the most sense.
It's really a simple fix,
Mhm.
and I don't know, considering what it is, I think it should be right. That's my opinion.
Well, shall we table it until,
There's nothing we can, I mean, this is just giving you notice, there's
Okay.
not anything to make a motion on or vote on.
So yeah, it's just notice that they are starting the
Yeah.
process of acquiring the land. But I think we need to meet with Mr. Dillon or somebody from the tribe
yes,
about the payment of lieu taxes, but they're just offered back when our commissioners told them to move forward with it. Because if we fight this, we're gonna lose. It's just,
It just needs to be done right. It's done well.
How would you like to handle it? Do you want me to contact Mr. Solomon and see if we can get it amended? Because the letter lists him as a point of contact, or there's also a name from somebody from BIA or Department of Interior, or Gina, something. Do you guys want to take care of it, or do you want us to take care of it?
just like you guys take care of it.
And get a hold of Craig too, so that he's aware of what's going on.
Okay.
That way it stays within the district, because he's working on it, he's a representative,
right,
and then he'll be able to come back and let people know.
But there isn't any process to deny this. They're just,
From my understanding, the
Taking
state steps in, when something like this happens, the state will usually step in to try to fight it because we lose taxable land. times it goes through anyway.
We lose taxable land, but also we gain it back when people come here to gamble.
We don't.
Yeah.
County doesn't.
Yeah.
So the county
Yeah.
loses taxable land for if this goes through. That's why Craig had come to us in the first place offering money in lieu of taxes if we didn't fight it when it went through. Since then, we've heard nothing. But the county does lose money when we lose taxable land,
City gains money.
but the county does not.
We got that taken care of then?
I think so.
Okay. 2025 provisional budget.
Do you know the date that this has to be published?
Al told me, but I don't remember.
But it's in August
Yes.
Fall River and the Lake County ran theirs last week.
already.
And I assume Barb Research will be sending me hers.
Because I know it's soon, and then we have until September or whatever to adopt it, right?
18.
We have to adopt the provisional budget now,
Right,
and
and
then it has to
publish
be
it.
published
And then you can
September,
make changes up
that'll
to,
be October 1st.
okay, yes, that's. So I guess whether you adopt it or whatever, then we can get it,
This is what next
because you
week,
should
right?
have it.
Wait. What?
This is what next week,
This would be published, if I have it by Friday,
of next week.
it will be published in August.
Do you need me to scan and email you, or can you, so you should have a copy of the provisional budget, how do you want me to send it to you?
If you could
Yeah.
email it to me,
I think we'll have to adopt.
usually
this,
they just send
because
me
we
an
have to
Excel
cut it
document.
And then make the changes.
I'll do it, I'll have to ask you.
Okay, and then there should be, a notice of adoption that runs with it, and that runs twice.
We can share that.
I'll make a motion to adopt the original budget. There'll be changes made before the final annual budget is adopted.
For 2025.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. We got any old or new business? That's something I can't remember what it was now. Executive session contractual.
Motion.
We have a motion, if we need one in here.
Actually, you do this,
Go ahead, I just got commissioners.
just commissioners. I'll make a motion for executive session for contractual SDCL 1-25-2, parentheses 3, just commissioners.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. We are in executive session at 11:01. We are out at 11:39. No action taken. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. We are now adjourned at 11:40. Hurry all that.
Hurry, we're in frustration, nothing.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything when I told you about the, from 7 o'clock out where till 1 o'clock? 29 hours.
Yeah, you're going back.
What was it?
29 phone calls.
So this is okay with your name?
I was like,
Wow.
20% was personal, the rest was road.
And don't forget Al, I like to speak with you.
Where's the break?